Hello my lovelies, I'm Ray and welcome back to Danganronpa. I left you guys off on a little cliffhanger last time, so let's continue.
But that means he took part in the murders.
I just can't believe it.
I
If
can.
you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
Please, Kyoko.
There's more?
Oh,
Always.
absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless
Oh,
body.
the note. Hopefully we had.
I got it!
You're talking about the note Hifumi had
Hidden away, aren't you?
Hidden note?
That's
Yeah,
right.
we found it in his
found
pants,
it
and it was
stuck in
kind of
his
gross,
pants.
and I never want to see it again.
In his pants?
Yes, his pants.
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now.
Everyone's just like pants, and then Sakura's like, yes, that is obviously the case. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet up in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
That's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go. Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. In my note
Okay,
it
so there's
said,
two notes.
Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec
At
room.
1 a.m.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro,
Taka.
and that person could only have been...
Hifumi's pants.
I got it!
The only answer.
That's right! Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Oh, wait, isn't that the same handwriting used for the blueprints?
Over here! Objection! Objection! I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy!
Are you...
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right?
Oh, yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
Because I'm sorry, I don't understand these things. Man, Jesse Jack is seriously scary, but still, I can't let it get to me. Ah, shit. Don't worry, my dude. I got this. Ah, fuck. 3.
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for
Okay.
must have been Huffy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
Fuck! Why? That was right!
The note, right? But remember, what time did it say? The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
Ah ha 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 ha! Nailed it. I don't know why everyone's making this so difficult.
No,
Jesus fucking Christ.
There absolutely is a connection.
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. We've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was
Just where
found dead.
Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note.
So it's meant
I
for
think
Taka.
that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that... No further objections!
Then someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me.
The handwriting's the same.
Culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they found a way out.
But if they
That's
gave the note to
rude.
Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it?
Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Thanks.
Most likely, Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
He stole it?
He was the...
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
It was in his fucking pants! It was the note in... There we go.
I got it!
There's a scrap of paper. Can I get more hearts?
When I searched
Aw.
Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from
Okay.
It fits perfectly with the note.
Wait,
we found
do you actually
hidden
have
on
this in front of you?
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup. They're from the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only
'Cause, you know, rigor
one way
mortis.
to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from its death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap.
You should just
Did I get all that
fucking
right?
tear that shit up into little
That
pieces.
means Hifumi knew the note was important.
He probably wrote it actually.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa.
Which also means
After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In fact, he was behind the whole thing.
no, it isn't.
In fact, he's still alive.
Sorry, no.
They literally witnessed
When
him
we found
dying.
him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that.
I will say they have proof this time, right? Because he already escaped them once.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
That's the part
He
I
was
know.
killed in the repository. So he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's
And who
body.
discovered the body?
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Yeah, but consider this.
But me and Sakura were together.
So let's
Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus.
hello?
Who are you calling a walrus?
Bam?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
What?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So if Hifumi was killed in
Oh!
the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it.
Exactly what they did.
But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
Yeah, but they
I'm
did it anyways.
surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
He's right, though.
Motherfucking
I
Byakuya,
don't
man.
understand it.
Jesus.
The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But
Magic.
if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms,
I don't know why
So
I'm
the
like so hard right
question
now.
is, how could the
Actually went
culprit have
out, it
gotten
was
their hands
social,
on
and,
either of the
like,
hammers?
Yeah, I'm like super fucking tired still.
Personally, I haven't a clue. So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Then...
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
so then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
Let me answer that question for you. I literally have the answer in my truth bullets. Hello. Hello, sir. Thank you.
What was used to kill Hifumi? Was
Alright.
it Justice Hammer 3?
Nope.
Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds
Something.
like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance!
Wonder if that's. Aww.
What was used to kill?
Was it just maybe Justice?
Well, there's one. How was the culprit? How did nobody...
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance! Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info!
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers.
There we go. There were no just hammers in the
murder
room.
weapon wasn't a justice hammer at all. No, it was something completely
I don't know why we had to
different.
do it that way, why I couldn't just be
But
like, hey, check the Monokuma
seriously?
file.
A different weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi.
There are plenty in there.
All the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Huh?
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder.
To be completely honest, they should have
If
cleaned
the
all of
hammer
them.
was covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off.
Like,
I'd also like to
low-key.
point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers.
But
Big
some are
ones,
missing.
Small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the justice hammers used those as a basis for their design.
Or literally just took them and painted them.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds.
It could literally be
being
the same weapon.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
Whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him. Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume
But
someone
why?
was working together with him. The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work
Oh,
together
consider this,
is
Celeste. You're a
simply
manipulative
ludicrous. We
bitch.
talked about this, did we
You're
not?
literally the ultimate gambler. It was very work together, at least that's what we thought first, but... Look, Hifumi had a boner for you, ma'am, so I wouldn't be that surprised, actually. What? Again?
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
What? Hold up. Can you really say there's no chance to be able to work together on this?
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person, only the one who actually assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
Oh!
That is, but that only really applies in this case, however, there were two murders.
Alright, hold on. Yeah, that's right.
Based on the rules that have even if more than only the one who actually assuming the
Rule holds true.
Ah!
No, that's wrong.
Knew it. So that means that...
Since there were two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering.
Alright.
Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus
Sorry.
reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together.
Why was that the one
Reward
you're
that
confused
balances out
about?
the risk of taking part in a scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
And so it's
You're
betrayal.
saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime, and based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person
But
committing
there were two
multiple
people
murders.
committing two murders.
Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents.
Okay, that makes more
And
sense
it
to me
only
that way.
looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their
And
plan.
who could have done
And
that?
then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful. How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning.
Yeah.
Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
Yeah, I would have not chosen Hifumi, but I think Hifumi was probably like one of the stupider ones I would go through with it. You have to convince us that the two murders Kyoko must have noticed the fact from the very beginning, which is why she said not to look at them as a series of connected events, but entirely separate incidents. Kyoko's really amazing, although when you think about it, she's almost too amazing. Like, it's almost unnatural how good she is at it.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved.
Detective.
And who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
This one's easy.
Problem numero uno right now.
The debates up until now indicate so that one person really seems to fit. I know exactly who this is. Because who else?
It was Celeste.
Ah, so I'm the suspicious individual now, am I?
Yes, you are.
I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke? I wonder.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi. The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit brain fat, lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot! Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Everything changed about that. So many things changed in that sentence. That
Throughout
scared the
investigation,
shit out
there
of
was
me.
certain behavior that was common only to the two of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
Come on, kind of suspicious individual.
The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit.
I'm learning.
doesn't it?
I'm a smart child.
The only ones who ever actually
saw
saw
Robo
Robo
Justice firsthand was
were
Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush. The adults are talking now.
Excuse you?
Sorry.
As he said, only
Excuse
Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on
The
costumed
adults are
individual.
talking? No,
If we
no,
accept
no,
that
fuck you,
Hifumi is one
Byakuya.
of the
Fuck you and
culprits,
everything you stand
we
for.
can't
I
help but
honest to
suspect
God
what
wish you
Celeste has said
die.
as well.
Please, I hate you so
Are
much.
you saying everything they told us was a lie?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for
Except-
this individual.
No, wait.
correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
That I saw a shadow. Something moving around at the top of the stairs.
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed
Figured
to
it
have
out.
seen.
Celeste is now in hot
Next,
water.
to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
Celeste was wrong. It was rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costume man. He ran up as soon as I screamed. It was blocking the stairs, so I heard it further down to the hallway and disappeared.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
And that's when Hifumi got up. I can't understand. It must be Hifumi. He's in this office. It's bad. We have to go back. Oh
It was to get us to divide into two groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In
That's
fact,
super.
Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
no! That is super risky move to take. Oh yeah, she did do that.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become
Oh my god, why am I yawning so much?
And on top of that piercing cry of yours early on. That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the third floor. Everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead,
I was not expecting this. I did not imagine Hifumi would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our mind.
Damn.
I don't believe it! Everything! The whole thing was one big act!
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah? I was feeling kinda sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, But start putting them together and the picture gets very
So, Celeste?
ugly indeed.
Any words?
Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Celeste is
Don't
doing it all.
bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that that one little slip up was
Other
your
than the
undoing.
whole this one mistake you made.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
I must really be enjoying this ever standing around frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. We're going to die just like those guys died.
I remember her saying that too, but
Cause she knew the
Pay
rule.
attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room.
Oh!
Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the four of us headed to the nurse's office.
I actually didn't catch that.
The entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead.
Good job, Byakuya. You're
Think
not I'm
about
a piece of shit.
Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about.
You weren't even
Although I
there.
don't really get what it means.
It means she already
You hear that,
knew.
Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
How do you have like photographic memories? Jesus Christ. What's he alluring to? Oh my fucking god. Guys, please. We already. It's like. We know now.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died.
That's it though. That's it. That's the line.
All I said, they must really enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are going to die.
And that is all I said.
and that's all it takes.
What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Okay, I know. I have to find the right. I know now. Thank you. Nope.
We are going to die.
Just like
There we go. God damn, that's what, I don't know why I didn't put two and two together. I'm fucking stupid.
That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died.
Because
When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall.
ooh, what you gotta say,
There was
Celeste?
never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
Oh, you
You
can.
all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Imaginations.
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took?
Staged.
You
Fucking.
explain this picture of the
Staged.
villain dragging Hifumi away.
That's
It
the.
has to be some kind of setup, right? So let's put the suit on. And
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you
trying
is
to
a
think.
lie, how can this picture exist?
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
No, there is no other explanation.
Oh, I see what's happening here. It could just be he was holding it up. One possibility is,
I got it! It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
the tables have turned, I see.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility.
What you gotta say to that,
The one
Celeste?
being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around.
And you can't tell.
And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Such a thing is utterly impossible. Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
I think there's no way. Is that really possible? Bitch, I already know it's not possible. Let's go. Let go, my dude, my boy, my home skillet.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out! Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight! You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
That's it.
Then the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after all!
Oh my god.
No way!
Real, please. I know what I need to look out for. Something's wrong.
No way they could stand up.
Oh, I was like 10 times easier than I expected. I didn't consider that was the answer.
No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that. Because that Robo-Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
It can't bend out the waist. Again, can't tell it out the waist. It's so hard.
Right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
Thanks, Asahina.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Oh shit, now
Celeste
she's starting
and
to break.
Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
Checkmate?
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
Celeste?
Clearly! You want to cram me into your little guilty box? Well, there's one little problem.
Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
Bam. Who was it who attacked you? Who tried to kill you? Who killed me? That's right. I remember their name. Yasuhiro.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not?
Your voice is very weird now.
Said, and I quote, Yasuhiro.
Her
Yasuhiro Hagakure!
her voice is scaring me.
My name isn't really Yasuhiro! It's actually Taro!
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. They're only making things more complicated.
Who? Hiro or
He
fucking?
did say Yasuhiro. But are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Is this the voice actress for Panny?
What do you mean by that?
Is this the voice actress for Panny?
Think back to how Hifumi
Because it sounds
used
like
to
it.
talk
Very
to us.
similar.
How did he refer to each of us?
Ah, fuck.
Shoot!
Fuck, I know the answer too.
Think back to how
Oh,
did he refer to
Hifumi!
each of us?
I got it!
I'm a dummy.
That's right! Our last names! He called us all by our last names!
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Nayagi more than once, for example. So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name. Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name.
Indecent?
Don't talk.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation?
It may work for gambling, but not now.
There's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal. But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to, and that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
What did you just say? To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit. Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather. Yasuhiro is a loser's name. Do I look like a loser to you?
You look crazy.
Do I?
You look crazy as fuck.
I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in.
Oh,
What's your
scary.
real name?
Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat
Celestia
myself
Ludenberg.
over and over again?
So that's when I give up. So then I have to do something to make her accept. Fuck this. Right. Oh! Oh, thank God. I don't have to do the thingy thing. E-handbook.
Hifumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name. Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
how many times do I have to tell you? My name is Celestia Ludenberg! God damn it!
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth.
Wait.
And since you have no way to contradict
Joke's on you, fam. I got e-ham. Show me your e-handbook. Celestia Ludenberg. Fucking German-ass name up in this
That's
bitch.
it! The handbook!
what?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name.
And it
when
uses
boots
their
up,
actual
right?
name and gender and stuff because with,
Monokuma told
my
us all
child.
about it before.
My child, it shows their actual exact gender. This handbook's absolutely vital to a healthy school life, so don't lose it. And if you start up, it'll display your name. Always make sure you have the right one. No, this is not your everyday notebook. It has many more uses than that.
So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll
Could
clear
you
up
check your
everything.
own handbook?
That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please. Just tell us.
Bitch.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let
Oh.
me go over the case again, and that'll
God damn it. Okay, at least I don't have to do the whole, like, do, climax and then that shit. Alright. I don't know what's actually going on here. Okay, so I'm gonna start not there. Alright, round 2 of the closing argument. I already tried this once. What's the wrong one? Actually, I'm guessing it's gonna be this. And then that. Is there another clock? Just after 6. Dead. Justice Hammer 4. Justice Hammer 2. This one was 3. Yeah, so 3 here. Dragging the body. That. And then next thing they know is that Hifumi is now dead. Right, this better fucking be. I'm gonna be salty if it's not.
Here's exactly what happened.
Right.
Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was...
none other than Hifumi Yamada. Please stop.
With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes.
Ha!
First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning.
That's still a long ass time.
That someone they met with was Hiro.
Who?
The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit.
Ah!
Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker.
Ah!
And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan.
Where?
They called Taka to the equipment room.
Taka no.
And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims, to solidify Robo-Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1, and the Robo-Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2, and an injured Hifumi, to sell us that story. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds, that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap, and started looking for the suspect based on that. While we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered. He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found.
You're going a bit too crazy with the blood.
The other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi.
Oh, they thought it was for Taka.
We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation.
This is a super long
Got
case,
up
holy shit.
and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office. And once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for.
I just want to know where he was
This
hiding in the
time,
meantime.
He snuck into the equipment room. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared. But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act. Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all is...
Oh, that's pretty. I was the first time a girl's actually been the murderer, so. You, Celeste.
Celeste! Sorry, you lose.
Woo!
Lost? I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
That's not gonna be the only thing hanging heavy around your neck.
Admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no, Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Keiko?
Taiko Yasuhiro.
You finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Her voice completely changed.
Interesting.
Her voice just changed suddenly. I don't like it. I did not like that. Alright, did I get anything worse than C? I'm waiting for that, Oh no, wow, actually didn't do shit. Cool. Can I save? Can I save, please? Can I please save?
Okay, Mon.
Nope, nope, nope. Ending this here because I've gone for so fucking long. Yeah. Though to be honest, I didn't think that Celeste actually did change her voice like that. So that threw me off like 100%, and I'm still very thrown off by that. I'm not okay with that. Taiko Yasuhiro. I didn't actually know that. I actually forgot all about that. I just remember her Celestia Ludenberg because I like that name so much better than Taiko Yasuhiro. Regardless, though, we can watch her execution next time. So, that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. So like, comment, subscribe, check out my other videos, recommend me games. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Don't forget to stay mythical, and I will see y'all next time. Goodbye, my lovelies.